Hello, I'm Oksana, and this is going to be my video on vitamins and supplements, and I'm just going to tell you a little bit about what I take and why I take it. So first, multivitamins. I'm not one of those people that just is really hardcore about multivitamins. I like to take them, especially when I was pregnant. I felt like it was important to take multivitamins, but I don't necessarily take the recommended amount. Like these ones, you're supposed to take 8 tablets a day, which is a lot, and I take probably like 2, and if I ever forget to take them, it's fine, you know, because I really focus on eating healthy and having a healthy diet, and then just in case, you know, I'm lacking a specific thing, I like to kind of take vitamins for that purpose, but I don't want to rely on them. Like I definitely don't need 100% daily value of all of these things, and some of them have like 1000% daily value of vitamin D, 1000% of vitamin E, 800% of vitamin C. So it's like I definitely don't need thousands of percentages of all of these things. So I feel fine taking just the 2 tablets because I'm not, you know, I'm not really deficient. I'm not really trying to combat a deficiency. It's more like, you know, just in case that day I happen to not eat as much whatever, fruits and veggies, and I'm not getting something, I'll get it from these. So that's my view on it. That's kind of how I go about it. I'm not saying it's the right way to do it at all. I'm just kind of letting you know why and how I take these. So these are from Dr. Mercola, which I love him. I read his articles a lot. He's a little bit extreme. If you've never, you know, read anything that he's written, you don't know what he's all about. He is kind of extreme, but I really believe in a lot of the same things that he believes in, and so I really like his stuff. I feel like he really does his due diligence, and I feel like his products have been really, you know, made with the effort to be the safest and the best that they could be. So I like these because a lot of things come from whole foods, which I think is a really great way. I don't really like taking vitamins that have a lot of, you know, artificial things in there, and these don't have any colorants or flavors or anything like that. They're very, very natural. They have vitamin A in the form of beta carotene, which is an important thing that I look for, especially since I was taking these when I was pregnant. And the other type of vitamin A, palmitate, in high doses, it can be bad for the unborn babies, so that's something that you want to be aware of. They do put it in prenatal vitamins, shockingly enough, but if you just look online, like it's a very well-known thing. You're not supposed to get a lot of it. And vitamin D3, I used to take ones without knowing about vitamin D and the different forms that it had. Years ago, I took ones with vitamin D2, and then I was like, I found out that you're supposed to have D3, it's better, D2 is not as good, and I was like, oh no. So this is constantly evolving, you know, the more you learn. Like I don't know everything about all of these little things in here. There's so many, and who knows, maybe 3 years from now I'll be like, oh no, this is the wrong form of whatever it is. I should be taking something else, but I do my best, and I feel like these are the safest with what I know at the time. So these are the ones that I take. They have a lot of fruit and herbs, like extracts and blends. There's like kale and spinach and blueberry and all kinds of stuff in here. So I really like them. Let me show you what they look like. They're huge. So to take 8 of these is these are gonna fall, quite a feat. The reason that they're so big and you have to take so many is because they're not as pressed. Like you can have machines that just really smush them down to the smallest that they can possibly be, and then they're so hard that your body has a hard time digesting it. And I've seen articles will have like x-rays, and you can tell like the vitamin is just coming right out of you in the same form as it went in. So these are purposefully not pressed down too hard, so your body will be able to break them down, digest them, but because of that, they're bigger and you need more of them. So that is the vitamins that I want to tell you about. Oh, and one more quick thing. They don't have any iron in them because supposedly if you get, you know, the right mix of all the vitamins and you're not deficient, then your body will absorb iron, and taking vitamin C also helps your body absorb iron. There's actually this really interesting thing. I'm not going to talk about it too much in this video because it's it can get really long. But there's this test online that I did. It's a DNA test. My dad wanted to do it, so we just all did it together. Him, my mom, and my brother, we all took it. You basically send them a sample of your saliva, and they tell you all of these like traits and things based on your DNA, which is really interesting. And it's called 23andMe. So we did that, and I learned that I have this gene that can cause your body to take in too much iron. It's not like 100%. Definitely this is going to happen to you, but it's a much better chance than other people, and that my body absorbs a lot more iron from food. And iron is one of those things where, yes, you need it because you're going to be anemic if you don't have enough. But on the other hand, if you have too much, it's one of those things that your body can't flush out on its own, and it's going to accumulate and get deposited in your organs. And it is one of those things that you can overdose. You can definitely overdose on too much iron. There's always warnings on, especially like children's vitamins with iron, that, don't give your children too much of these. You can overdose on them, or they can, especially because they're so little in comparison to an adult. So I learned this more recently, and this is the reason that Dr. Mercola didn't put iron in here. He's always talked about that. And when I did this 23andMe test, I actually learned that, I am one of these people that should be careful about my iron. So I'm glad that there isn't any in here. And that's something that I'm going to make sure to get tested when I get like my regular checkups from the doctor, my blood levels of iron, to make sure it's not too high, because I'm not familiar with, what they are. I don't think I've ever gotten them checked. I'm not sure. So the next thing that I take is krill oil. And this is a wonderful source of omega-3. It also has, what is that? I can never pronounce this, but it's astaxanthin. I don't know. But you know what I mean. If you know what this thing is, then then you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, I'll just write it below, or I'll leave a link or something to these so you can read it. But it's a really great for you kind of antioxidant, and you can get it separately, but it's naturally present in krill oil, and it's even better because it is bonded to the phospholipids in the krill oil, and your body absorbs it much better on its own if you don't have the right kind of fats that you're taking it with. Your body may not be able to absorb the astaxanthin, or however you say that. So I take these because they're a good source of omega-3, and krill are just these tiny little creatures, I guess. Maybe they look like this, I don't know. And this is better than like the fish oil or like the salmon oil, because the bigger the animal and the higher up the food chain it is, the more mercury gets concentrated. And that's kind of the biggest thing about seafood. Why I don't eat seafood is because so much of it is so polluted now with mercury. And supposedly, from what Dr. Mercola says and what I've read, this is like the cleanest way without mercury to get your omega-3 from an animal source. You can also get your omega-3 from a vegetable source, not a vegetable, a plant source, like flaxseed oil, chia seeds, all that stuff. But it's a lot harder for your body to take it up from the plant sources. It doesn't get absorbed into your body nearly as well as from animal sources. So that's why I choose to take this. And also because a lot of times they'll advertise like omega-3, 6, 9 and all that stuff. You really need the 3. The 3 is the really important omega to take. Omega-6, there's a lot of that in like canola oil, soybean oil, and a lot of that is now in, commercial foods. Potato chips are fried in oils like this. Sunflower oil is another one. And it's really the balance of those to each other is what's really important for your health. You need enough omega-3 to like counterbalance omega-6. I forget how many parts of one you need to the other, but we have so much omega-6 in our diet that it's important to take omega-3 to like bring those levels up. And I personally wouldn't take any omega-6 because chances are you are getting tons of that. That's usually like a problem, that we're getting too much of that with the modern diet from what I've read. Of course, do your own research. This is just like my own 2 cents. I'm not, telling anybody to do or not do anything. And then there are also, oh, I should have mentioned these next, but there's children's multivitamins from Dr. Mercola. This is what I give my daughter. They're chewable. They look like this. And there's actually a picture of like animals on here. It took me forever to figure that out. I just thought they were just like had a rough surface. And then I was like, wait a minute, there's like a little bear face on here. So she loves these. I don't really give her any very much like sweets and treats. So to her, these have like a mild orange flavor. So to her, they're like this biggest treat. And she'll be like, can I have a vitamin? Can I have a vitamin? You know, and if I give her one, she'll be like, can I have another one? And I'll be like, no, you can only have one. I'm sorry. But she gets really like, she keeps asking for them. So she likes them, I guess, is a good thing. And I really like the, you know, contents of them as well. And then the krill oil, I'll show you what this looks like, and then I'll show you this too. This is a Krill IQ supplement. It is supposed to be good for your brain. It's not straight up krill oil. It's like certain portions of it. And you're supposed to take it with the regular krill oil so that you're getting both, I don't know, both parts of whatever. So here is what they look like. They're just little gel caps. This is the krill oil, this is the IQ. And the IQ, I've only taken that like a couple of times. I bought that for my husband because he was interested in taking that. And so he takes this and I take this, and I think eventually when I'm done breastfeeding, I might take this too. I haven't, you know, read enough about whether I need to take it or not, but it seems interesting. It's supposed to be good for your brain. So those are our omega-3 supplements. And then this is my husband's multivitamin. This is what it looks like. He doesn't take these because you need to take 8 of them a day and they're huge, and so he just wasn't the biggest fan. So he was like, maybe you can find me something that has fewer, smaller pills. And these are not necessarily smaller, but they are fewer. Here is what they look like. So they're pretty much the same size, but you only need 3 of them, not 8. And they seem really nice. So they're called Pure Synergy Organic Vitamin Herb Multi for Men. And they have a really nice natural makeup as well. There's a lot of herbs and things in here. So these to me seem like, you know, as far as I can tell, like they're really nice and natural. And they also make these for women as well. I haven't looked too much into them, but I might eventually. I still have, you know, this huge bottle to finish of these first. But this is another vitamin that we have in our house. And then the very last thing is this probiotic. This is, again, Dr. Mercola. And I don't take this very often because I eat a lot of fermented foods like yogurt and cheeses and things. But I do take these every once in a while. Here's what they look like. My husband will take them as well, especially if we've had to be like on antibiotics or something. Then I absolutely will take these to, you know, replenish all the good flora in my intestines. So that is it. Those are the things that I take. There's something else that I have too. I have Chlorella, which I don't take that very often, but it is something that I have. I'm not really showing it to you guys because that's kind of like once in a blue moon type of thing that I take. And now that I'm nursing, I don't want to take too many different things, so I'm not taking that, especially because I think it's in here. I'm pretty sure there is, yeah, Chlorella and spirulina are both in here, so I don't want to like take too much of that. But that's good for helping your detoxify your body and get rid of toxins and all that. So that is it. Hopefully this didn't run on too long, but I just wanted to make a video about this in case you're wondering. I do make videos about food and health and all that. So in case you're wondering what I take, I just wanted to let you know, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.